how to earn $100,000 in real estate. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time with you guys before my next meeting, and I am going to unpack exactly how you can do this, how you can earn $100,000 in real estate with comarketing.com. I'm not just going to talk about how you can get paid for referrals. I'm talking, or leads that you sell, home service providers. I'm going to talk about like how you grow it all. I'm going to give you a foolproof, guaranteed way to earn $100,000 in real estate. So if you're a real estate agent, you're going to want to listen to this. If you're a home service provider, you're going to want to listen to this. If you know somebody in real estate, you should listen to this and they should share this. This is foolproof. I guarantee it will work or your money back. This is tried and true. Been doing this for over a decade. How to earn $100,000 in a year with comarketing.com. So I think that most real estate agents, I'm not trying to be mean. So all of this comes from a place of love, okay? Don't have a plan. And if they have a plan, they aren't following the plan. I think that one of the number one things that you can do to earn $100,000 a year in real estate, first is just have discipline and be consistent. If you can do those two things, which I know are difficult, you're going to crush no matter what plan I give you, because everybody's plan works. Everybody's plan works. What doesn't work is starting and stopping. What doesn't work is knowing exactly what to do and then not doing it. What doesn't work is not being consistent. What doesn't work is switching from thing to thing to thing, idea. What doesn't work is trying to find the easy way out. So none of that stuff works. Every plan I've ever heard in real estate works when you do it for a long, sustained period of time. This is a strategy that does not really take a long, sustained period of time, and it freaking works, okay? $100,000 in real estate is really simple. First and foremost, realize that you are one of the most important people in the real estate market. In a local community, a real estate agent, everybody thinks it's your taboo. You're not. You are one of the most important people in the market, but you've got to understand a few things. You've got to understand that most of society does not like you because most real estate agents just talk about how much money they make. Stop doing that shit. It's stupid. Stop talking about how much money you make unless you're trying to recruit. If you're recruiting, that's a perfect thing for you to talk about. It's how much money you make all the time. If you're not recruiting, stop talking about your money. Stop talking about your production, because the consumer gets super turned off by it. Yes, they want to know that you are actually successful. But if you're actually successful, I have found you don't really have to talk about it. Everybody kind of knows. Realize who you are advertising. That's the point I'm trying to make. Who are you marketing to? If you're recruiting, you talk about your income. If you are not recruiting, you talk about the homeowner, the consumer, the buyer or seller, in every single thing that you do. Very, very, very simple thing to understand. And then realize you are thought to be one of the greatest connectors in a local marketplace. If you know a realtor, you know somebody that's going to be able to connect you with everybody that you could possibly want to talk to when it comes to home services, security, moving, roofing, electrical, like all of these different things. So you're very important, but you've got to realize what you got. Most real estate agents just think that, based on my experience, they don't really know what you got. You don't really know what your business is. You don't really know who you're talking to. You don't really know a lot of things. So get clarity on that. Who you're trying to market to, and know what kind of content to create based on who you're trying to market to. But then recognize this. You have so many valuable connections to so many different people. Here's what I've observed. There are roughly 31 industries that I've seen that rely on real estate agents to grow their businesses. 31. Think moving, title, insurance. Those are easy. Home warranty, home inspection, appraisal. Those are easy. But go beyond that. Moving, roofing, painting, electrical, flooring, plumbing, house cleaning, lawn and landscape, solar, blinds companies, staging companies. There are so many people that rely on the residential real estate agent to grow. So recognize the value that you have to offer the marketplace. This is really, really, really critical because most people don't get it. They don't recognize the value that they have to offer the marketplace. This is really critical. So realize what you've got and realize who you are in the market and realize how valuable you are because you have direct access to the homeowner. The homeowner is one of the top spenders in a local economy all over the world. If you own a home, you typically spend more money than anybody else in the marketplace. And this is a fact. You can go look it up. You can do studies on this. If you are a realtor, you got trust with the homeowner. So you are a real estate agent, you have trust with the number one spender in a marketplace that's tied to over 31 different industries that rely on you. There's, I think the statistic that I saw, this is a couple of years old, there's an average of $86,000 in revenue that is generated off the back of a real estate transaction. You're valuable. You're super valuable. Realize what you got. Realize who you're marketing to. Okay? Now I'm going to get into some of the tactics. If I was to go into real estate, and I'm so tempted to do this, but I've got so much going on. If I was in real estate, first thing that I'm going to do is I'm not calling to a bunch of buyers and sellers. Okay. I do believe that you should try as a real estate agent to make, 20 to 25 connections a day with people that are interested in buying or selling property or people that can refer you business. So I like, this is tested. It's proven. I see guys that are in real estate, especially on real estate teams, doing $100 million a year. All they do is focus on 20 to 25 connections a day, sometimes more. But my first start would not be buyers and sellers. Now, I might pick up the phone and call everybody I know and tell them I'm in real estate, make a social media post. I might do all of that stuff. But the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go partner with 31 different vendors in 31 different categories. I'm going to get a preferred lender. I'm going to get a preferred title company. I'm going to get a preferred insurance company, home warranty, appraisal, inspection, moving, roofing, painting, flooring, electrical, plumbing, home cleaning, lawn maintenance, pool services, every industry. There's about 30, like I said, there's 31 different. I'm going to go find a preferred partner in every single one of those categories. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is a couple of things. I'm going to negotiate with all of those people and say, hey, look, I want you to be my preferred mover for my real estate business. And so the way that this works, I use a platform called Comarketing.com. And every time I send you a referral, you're going to pay me per lead. This is going to be super profitable for you. You're going to convert at least half the leads that I send you. So every time I send you a lead, you're going to pay me $50 and you're going to get a lead and then boom, done. Okay, so I'm going to negotiate that deal. And it's not hard. I could literally get a moving partner in less than an hour if I sat down and did it. It's a very simple thing to do. Okay? Now, the second thing that I'm going to do, once I've negotiated all of that, I'm going to start lining up interviews with all of those service providers, meaning I'm going to break out my trusty dusty video camera. I don't care if it's even a phone. And I'm going to interview every single one of those service providers talking about what you need to know if you're buying or selling a property about moving, about roofing, about painting, about flooring, about cleaning, about lawn and landscape, about mortgages, about title, about insurance. 100% of that. I'm going to create those interviews. Now, what have I just done? I've just given myself literally 40 to 50 weeks of content in my first week to 2 weeks in business. Now, could it take me a month to get all of his interviews? Absolutely. But I'm going to record all this content. I'm going to have all of these agreements with these different service providers. Then I'm going to go ham on social. I'm going to start sharing every single one of those interviews. I'm going to share the long form content and I'm going to clip that and share it on different social media platforms, geo-targeted to the area that I am trying to do business in. Now, why am I going to do that? The brand halo effect. Even if you're brand new in real estate, you can do something like tap into the audiences that these other service providers have. What do a bunch of these service providers have in common? They're not very good at creating a lot of content. Some of them are, but most of them don't prioritize it because they're just trying to roof more houses or, do more electrical work. A lot of them don't have time to create a lot of this content. So what you're doing is you're a little pseudo marketing agency for these different service providers. Now, why is this called the brand halo effect? What happens is, let's say I interview a moving company, long form interview, post on YouTube, short form content, post on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, every platform, geo-targeted to the area that I want to do business in. What's going to happen, that company is going to share it. Okay? Now, what did you just do? You just hacked the system. You just got access to their audience. You just got directly put in front of their people because they're going to share the content that you put out. They may email about it. They may post it on their own social media. They may do all that stuff. And oh, by the way, you should offer to do that stuff for them if they need to. And boom. You have, the reason they call it the brand halo effect is because you're basically hacking trust. So-and-so company has a big presence in the marketplace. They just became my preferred mover. Boom, I'm interviewing them and I'm sending them all my leads, but then I created all this content. Now they're sharing it across their social media. Maybe they've got 2,000 followers. Maybe it's not a lot. You just got placed in front of all of those people as the real estate agent that is now educating the buyers and sellers on everything that you need to know about moving. I hope all of this is clicking. Literally in your first month, guys, you could have a year's worth of content that's just boom. It's turnkey. It's right there. It's ready to go. And you can start posting about all of these people. What I'm doing is I'm hacking trust. I'm hacking the relationships that I could develop in the marketplace. The business people are the people that have all of the relationships. They've got databases. They've got all of this stuff. But here's what I'm going to do that's going to be totally different than everybody else. I'm going to buy leads back from the service providers. I'm not just going to make this a one-way relationship. I'm going to say, hey, look, I will buy leads back from you. Now, you can't do this with mortgages, with mortgage title. Insurance is iffy. Home warranty is iffy. Anybody that's regulated by RESPA. But any of the industries that are not regulated by RESPA, and I'm not going to say you can't do it. You actually can. This is a very compliant way to do business because you're buying a lead. You're not paying for a referral. But it's a gray area. I respect that. So what you're going to do instead, I'm going to buy the leads from every service provider. Hey, if you know somebody that's thinking about moving, send them my way through this form. I'm going to pay you per lead, boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to guarantee that I get a 10x return on my ad dollar because of how much I pay those people for the leads that I'm going to buy from them. So instead of me going out there and doing what everybody else is doing, buying from Zillow, buying from PPC, buying from Facebook, buying from all of these platforms, and watching the cost of acquisition rise, watching the business start to slip into the hands of these portals, I'm going to own the data, buying it from the service provider who is now my best friend. I'm buying leads from him. They're buying leads from me. I created a bunch of content for them. They share it to their audience. I get the brand halo effect. I look bigger than I am, even though I'm a brand new agent in the marketplace. Boom. I'm going to start getting all of these leads coming into my business, and then I just go. Start doing contracts with buyers. Start doing contracts with sellers. And what's going to happen, I did a little bit of research before I hopped on here. The median price point of homes sold in 2024 was $428,000. The average commission was 5.5%, split right down the middle. That's $11,770. To make $100,000 in real estate, you really only need to sell 8 or 9 houses. Now that's top line gross. You've got broker splits. You've got all of that other stuff. But here's what people aren't paying attention to is if you sell 8 or 9 houses, there are 8 or 9 industries that make money off of that real estate transaction. So what you're doing is you're radically changing how much money you can earn from a real estate transaction because now you're monetizing the leads that you send out to all of these other service providers. This is not me making this up. I have a team in 12 months, $132,000 that they brought in to help offset expenses, to help cover costs, to help pay for tech, to help cover pay for people. $132,000 in roughly 12 months, all from just the referrals that they were selling. This does not account for everything else. And here's the last thing. So not only are you going to be able to grow your brand rapidly through the brand halo effect, not only are you going to grow your audience because of syndication, you're tapping into their audiences. Not only are you going to be able to buy leads, not only are you going to be able to sell leads, you're going to make yourself one of the most referable agents in town, bar none, without question. Because you're going beyond the real estate transaction. People have a reason to call you 30 times a year because they need stuff. And oh, by the way, that should be your brand. Is that, hey, if you need roofing help, if you need plumbing help, if you need, you got pest control problems, call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I got a guy. I'm going to make sure that you get taken care of. Call me for literally anything that you could think of. If you need raw milk, I'm your guy. If you need an event center, I'm your guy. If you need a cleaning lady, it does not matter. If you need a toy G-Wagon for your kid, call me. Become known for that. And what happens? They start calling you. And then what happens? You start selling lead sell. This is something that you should be doing. You're monetizing the relationships that you're developing in the industry, and you're making more money than just by selling real estate. You're monetizing the referrals, you're monetizing the relationships, you're monetizing the leads, you're monetizing all of this stuff. This is how business works. You find 100 ways to monetize a product, and you do that. And that's how you can do it in real estate. I've seen this play out. But nobody's ever done it in I've not seen a whole lot of people do it in an organized and structured way, exactly like I'm proposing. Which is, I've seen this piece work out, and that piece work out, and this piece work out, and that piece work out. It's not a hard thing to do to earn $100,000 a year in real estate. But when you add this strategy and this structure, and you attack this the way that I'm talking about, it is a guarantee. You're going to get there. You're going to do it. And this is why I've been so tempted to do it, just so you guys can say, like, I'm a brand new guy in real estate. Boom, first year, earn $100,000. Following one of the most simple and most tried and true playbooks that exist. Everything that I just told you is the best of Facebook ads and PPC, the best of Zillow, the best of referrals, the best of organic marketing, the best of word of mouth, all lumped up into one strategy that just crushes. I've been doing this. I've been recording this video now for about 17 minutes. I've been in this real estate industry now since 2014. It's 2025, about to be 2026. I've helped sell billions of dollars of real estate, and I've made tens of millions of dollars teaching people different strategies to make money. And for free, I just gave you all the most sound business plan in real estate that I have ever seen. If you're a real estate agent that's trying to sell more houses, if you're a team leader, you do the same thing to recruit people. I'm fascinated to know how many people will take it and actually run with it and do it. Who knows? But what I'm telling you is, if you could watch this video 100 times and just pick piece 1, piece 2, piece 3, piece 4, piece 5, and actually implement it, you will never have to worry about making money in real estate again, barring some black swan event, barring some, nightmare that, actually does make it so that real estate agents aren't as relevant as they used to be, which I don't think is going to happen. You will absolutely crush. $100,000 in real estate is not that hard to get when you've got a proven plan and a proven framework. I just gave you all the blueprint. I hope you take action, and I hope you implement it. Because if you do, I think you're going to make yourselves a whole lot of money. That's how I would make $100,000 a year in real estate with co-marketing. I literally have clients that have made $100,000 a year with comarketing.com. So I know for a fact that what I'm teaching you absolutely works, and it works well. Take it, run with it, go do it. May the odds be in your favor. All right. You guys have an amazing rest of your day. Go crush it. Go make 100 grand. Would love to see you do it. I've helped literally hundreds. I know for a fact I've helped thousands of people do this. So I hope you take it, and I hope you run with it, and I hope you freaking crush. Have an epic rest of your day. We'll see you. Peace.